It is Monday. It is dreary, wet, not very windy, but not a nice day to be outside today. So guess what we're doing? A little bit of housework and some stitching. So this probably isn't going to show the colors very well, but Allie from Allie's Stitching Studio, she sent me a message. She had come across a new design by Stone Street Stitchworks on Instagram. She has an Etsy store, and she designed a chart with a Martin Luther King quote, and I'll put a picture of it here so you can see it. And she asked me if I would be interested in stitching it with her. I said absolutely 100%. So what I did, I downloaded it's an instant download from Etsy. I purchased that yesterday and decided to pull fabric today. Now I like the colors that it's charted in, but I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to alter them slightly. She has 4 colors in her chart, and instead of using like a light browny kind of color for the vines and the leaves and the stems and the flowers, I decided to go with 780, which is a dark sage. I've changed the brighter red to a darker maroon. Instead of like, I don't know, the light color that she used, I think is one of the new DMC colors that I don't have. So I pulled out 822, and I'm going to use 3371 for the lettering. But if I go with her color scheme, which is only 4 colors, the vines on that chart are stitched the same color as the birds. And I didn't want green birds, and I didn't want red birds because there's already enough red in the chart. So I pulled this gold color, and I think that's what I'm going to use for my birds. So that is the color scheme I'm going with. I had this 28 count tea dyed linen in my stash already. And to help me select colors, because I'm not great at doing that. And I don't feel confident in doing it, but I knew I wanted to start with a green for the for the vines and the stems. So what I did was I pulled out this old book I have, Traditional Samplers, and I kind of flipped through, and because it's all kinds of stuff in here, and I came across this one. I love that. But I came across this sampler, hang on, bear with me, here, which has greens and reds in it. And when I looked at the color chart, the green was the 730 dark sage. So I started with that, and then they also had the 902, which is the maroon. So I pulled those 2 colors and went from there. So I think that's going to look nice together. So I'm going to start this today as part of a little stitch along with Allie, and we'll see how far I get. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and it is a beautiful sunny day. I will be getting outside in a little bit to mow that jungle of a lawn. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee and stitch a little bit before my day gets started. Well, good morning. So I'm having my coffee and a piece of toast with peanut butter, and I just wanted to show you where I managed to get with my stitching yesterday. So this was the new start for the MLK sampler produced by Stone Street Stitchworks. And I'm doing my own color conversion, but I really like how the colors are coming together. And I'm going to work a little bit more on this morning while I'm getting some laundry done. And then I'm probably going to go out for a walk and get some things done in the yard later. Hi everyone, today is Wednesday. I think it's June 16th, 17th? 17th, it's June 17th. I am now in my comfy clothes. I am just back from my mom and dad and sister's house. Their houses are joined, so they've been quarantining together and we've been quarantining together, and now we're allowed to see each other. So anyway, my nephew just graduated from his instrumentation and controls engineering course. It's like a 2-year program at the college here. And he just graduated from that. So we went out there and participated in a celebration dinner with my parents and my sister and her kids and my kids. We had a fabulous time. I'm overly full from dinner. It was really nice to get together with everyone because we literally have not all been together since Christmas. And we weren't all there because like my brother-in-law works away and my husband was at home because he was still working when we left to go out of town. So it was a fun-filled evening nevertheless. And I've got some pictures that I took of like our little get together there, just a couple like of his cake and stuff. I'll add those in. So now I'm home and I am going to work on my Martin Luther King sampler. This is the one by Stone Street Stitchworks. I just have a black and white copy that I printed off because I don't have a color printer. There you go. This is my own color conversion. I think I already mentioned that. I'm really liking how the colors are coming out. So I'm going to keep going with this. I'm going to work on it tonight. I am actually back to work tomorrow, and I will probably end up taking it with me to work tomorrow night as well. So we'll see how much I can get done this evening, and I will check in with you later. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, the 18th of June, and this is where I am going to leave this piece for today. I got some stitching in last night, finished off a bit more this morning. On the chart, these leaves on this row were supposed to be white, like this creamy white as well, even though these leaves were the same color as the stems. And I didn't like the look of that, so I just did the whole thing the same color and just repeated it and shifted it out the way it was supposed to be. But yeah, I still have to add the creamy white in the center here and here, and then there's another row that comes down here. But yeah, I thought that was a little odd. Just let me pull the picture and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's only a black and white photo, but you can still get an understanding. So you see how the stems and this row have the leaves the same color, and then when you get down here, the stems are the same color, but the leaves have changed to the same white. And yeah, I didn't really like the look of that. I thought it was a bit odd. So I'm doing mine all the same color. So these ones are going to be the same, and I'm going to repeat the same on this row down here. In other news, got a call from my daughter, and turns out she is going to be graduating next Friday. Her hairstyling course got postponed They were out of school for a couple of months because the salons and everything were shut down. The school was shut down. As soon as we went to level 3 here in Newfoundland and the salons were allowed to open with restricted usage, I guess, her school reopened. But the Department of Education came out with a ruling or whatever you want to call it yesterday that all community college or college students where a work term was required in order for them to graduate at this time, the work term is no longer going to be a requirement. So they have been exempted from the 3-week work term. So I thought she was going to graduate now, mid to late July. Nope. She just has to finish up the rest of her classroom time and lab work. And then she's done. Diploma in hand next Friday. So yeah, diploma in hand and graduated next Friday. I don't even know. So I was stitching, or I had started stitching a piece for her graduation, which I had put on the back burner when school got postponed, and I said, oh, well, I'll stitch on other things and I can pick that back up. I'll have lots of time to finish it. Then when she did go back to school, I said, well, I'll work on this and I'll work on that. And I still have until mid to end July. I have until next Friday. So instead of taking my Martin Luther King sampler with me to work tonight, I'm going to be taking her piece that I'm working on called Let's Get Styled. It's designed by Ursula Michael. Hey guys, so I am at work and I've taken Emma's piece back out to work on for her graduation. This is the Ursula Michael Let's Get Styled. It's in the shape of like a hair dryer and it has scissors and a few other things along the bottom. I've gotten a fair bit done on it. So last night I added in the word spray and the little spray bottle, and I got started on the lettering for ponytail, which goes in here. So I'm going to work more on this during my break now and see how much I can get done. And if it quiets down later on, I'll be working at it at my desk for a little bit. I shouldn't have any trouble getting this finished by next Friday for her graduation, but I really want to focus on this for the next couple of days and get this off my plate so I can get it washed and framed. So this is where I managed to get to at work. Last night I added in all of this for the most part, and I'm getting closer to a finish on this piece for my daughter's graduation. As I said earlier, she's graduating this week, and this is the Martin Luther King sampler by Stone Street Stitchworks. I added in the flowers and the vine, and that's as far as I've gotten with this piece. So I'll check back in with you next week. Happy stitching!